All right, we're gonna watch the latest, at least I think it's the latest, Videogamedunkey video, the end of PS5. That's right, you heard me. PS5. I have no idea what this is supposed to be about, except I'm guessing it's, let's see, Astro's Playroom was fun. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be a part of this video. Yeah, this does remind me, like, the latest drama about Xbox as well. Like, they're gonna start some of their stuff that's supposed to be exclusive is apparently moving on to like other consoles, including PlayStation stuff. But I don't know any concrete news on that. I've just heard rumors about that shit. So, but yeah. Besides that, let's watch the end of PS5.
After sales of the PlayStation 5 failed to meet expectations over the holidays, Sony has said the console is entering the latter stage of its life cycle.
Bluepoint's remake is virtually one-to-one from a gameplay perspective. But
it's a remake. Like I said, it's a From Software game from 2009 from the PlayStation 3.
Fundamentally, Demon's Souls for PS5 is what it always has been.
I love how there's this sad music.
The design of the game is identical to From Software's original. The core mechanics are
like,
unchanged.
No offense,
the
but
enemies are placed in the...
No offense, but even if they announced, like, by the end of this year that they were gonna start, I don't know, selling the PS6 or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it, like next year or something, I'm not buying it. I can't do it anymore. I'm investing in computer. I just can't do it anymore. Because it's like, nothing's gonna be exclusive anymore anyways, apparently. So, I can't do it. Unless I somehow become rich or get sent it for free. I just can't afford it anymore. I can't. Ugh.
Same positions and behave in the same ways.
I don't like the Demon's Souls remake. I think that it's inferior to the original in every way other than graphics.
Wow.
I think the atmosphere is worse. I think the art direction is much diminished. I think many of the changes to the music and to the enemy design misunderstand their purpose in the original.
The PS5 is trash. The design of the PS5 is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Sometimes Spider-Man Miles Morales can feel too similar to what's come before.
I love it when a new console though does come out and everybody makes fun of how it looks, no matter what it looks like.
The new Spider-Man game isn't really all that new. It uses the same city map.
Do you guys remember?
This time there's a coating of snow.
Do you guys remember when the PlayStation 5, when we first got an actual look at the design, the memes were immediate, like absolutely immediate, and the first one I remember seeing was the Eye of Sauron, I believe, from Lord of the Rings. Like, and they had that shit out immediately, like minutes.
Some holiday decorations, it adds a little seasonal flavor.
The game does look better on PS5, but it isn't a drastic difference. Though Miles controls pretty much exactly like Peter did in 2018 Spider-Man, so despite being a new Spider-Man, Miles doesn't actually play like a new Spider-Man.
It's being called the biggest fucking waste of your hard-earned money to come along in years. Sony's new stupid box thing.
While it's being released for the PlayStation 5, Guerrilla Games says they did most of their development on the PlayStation 4's hardware. So, if you haven't been able to snag a PS5 just yet, don't worry. Guerrilla Games says the PS4 version will not be a compromised way to enjoy your journey through the Forbidden West.
This game is indeed still cross-generation, like many other big Sony releases this year. But unlike the likes of, say, Horizon,
I still
the
need to
Forbidden
play
West, the differences here are a little more on the subtle side.
Sony has no new games and major franchises coming this year. We do not plan to release any new major existing franchise titles next fiscal year.
It's a game so nice they built it thrice. There is something inherently inessential
How many times have they remade The Last of Us?
As a remake of an already fabulous remaster.
Now, there's an argument to be made that The Last of Us Part 1 is too similar to the PS3 and PS4
They've
version
literally
to be
made
considered a remake.
The Last
And
of Us
part
like
me
20
agrees with that
times.
sentiment. The story is identical, the level design is exactly the same, and the gameplay, apart from some quality of life improvements.
Didn't someone actually come out and admit that the reason they kept remaking it or whatever was they were using it for like training purposes for new developers? I could have sworn I saw something about that, like them admitting that.
Is unchanged.
While the faithfulness to such a revered game is appreciated, the remastered version already fills that void, so it's hard not to wonder what Naughty Dog
I
could
know
have done
I need to
if they'd
play
taken a more
Horizon games,
radical
I know.
approach.
2023 was, of course, an unusually
I have
quiet
the first
year
one.
for
I
PlayStation's
I
first
started
party
it,
output,
but I didn't get very
with
far.
Marvel Spider-Man 2 being the only major release to fit that billing.
Spider-Man 2 is not a game you should waste your money on. Not at all.
Spider-Man 2's combat is very familiar. It doesn't have that new suit smell anymore, but stand the original alongside the sequel in other ways, and it can look a bit like two Spider-Man games pointing at each other.
There's quite a bit of Marvel Spider-Man 2 that can be summed up as more of the same.
Oh boy, more old
We now have The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Side-by-sides suggest that the two versions are a match in terms of basic image quality. The PlayStation Store description
They
of the
haven't
game
really done
also
anything.
highlights improved shadow quality.
They haven't really
and
done
texture
anything.
quality,
Like
which are pretty
I
tough to
said,
spot.
I'm
The
pretty sure they
presentation of
admitted
shadows appears
they're
nearly
just using
identical
it
between the two versions.
Sony reveals the release date of the PlayStation 6.
Basically-
and fans go crazy. Are we talking PlayStation 6 already?
Like, I'm telling you, they've just been using the PlayStation 5 to churn out more Last of Us in remakes. That's it. Like, they've been using it to train their developers. For what? No one knows. They canceled Jack 4 for The Last of Us? I did not know that. I don't remember that. That fucking sucks. That don't get me wrong, like when I played The Last of Us and I played The Last of Us and the DLC for the first one. I haven't played 2 because honestly the drama about that game ruined it for me and I didn't want to play it. So, but I enjoyed the fuck out of the first one and the DLC. Like, I had fun with it. But it doesn't need 20, 30, 50 bajillion remakes, remasters, whatever you want to fucking call it. It doesn't need it. It needs to stop. And also, don't cancel fucking other games for it. But anyway, that was the end of PS5 by Videogamedunkey. Oh, the drama with these fucking consoles, I swear to God. That's me.